G'day and welcome to the show with your two boys, Davey and Vinno. Mate, how you going? Big week it has been.
What a huge wacky week, eh?
Fuck, man. We've gone from Halloween to the week that is, which we're going to get into in a minute. But
This is crazier than Halloween this week.
yeah.
Halloween is Disneyland compared to this.
First question, mate. How you going?
Yeah, good. Obviously, Emma and myself, we had our second child,
That's the big news.
little Michael. Yeah, but we'll get deeper into that as we get in. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just keep going. I mean, if you ask me now, I'll just be like, it's a whole, as you know, man, you've already had a little boy and you're expecting your second one as well. So
yeah.
it's just a wild ordeal from 9.5 months of fucking pregnancy, then labor, which was something I'm unwilling to talk about. The whole labor thing. I want to nitty gritty about that.
Because it was a drawn out process too. It wasn't just.
Oh man, it always is. It's always a big deal for women. You know what I mean? Everywhere. So, no, I just want to. I'll get into that. And how about you, man? How about your bloody week? Hey, it's an up and down week, mate.
It has been. It has been. So yeah, I ended up in hospital for 2 nights with fucking diverticulitis. Didn't even know I had it. I'd had it. Turns out I'd had it about a week, or from the Sunday. So we launched the episode on the Halloween episode on the Monday, and through that period, it was just a minor gut ache. So, full story on it. I've just started with Smoke. We've just started doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and we'd been to training on the Sunday. Came out of that and I felt a bit tight in the guts, and I thought, it's just the workout that it is, because holy shit, like I'd done other forms of jiu-jitsu but never sort of groundwork, and
when you're on your back, you're basically fighting in a sit-up position. So your abs and core is fucked.
Man, yeah. The core workout is incredible, right? So
we should talk about your jiu-jitsu journey as well. I'd like to do that because I'm a fan of competitive jiu-jitsu. I like watching jiu-jitsu and MMA, of course. So I'd love to talk to you from a spectator perspective. But
yeah. So anyway, and yeah, absolutely, we'll get into that, man, because I'm loving it. Right? It hurts me this week because I've been this week I'm knocked out, so I'm out due to doctor's orders. So
of course, man.
Yeah.
Of course.
So the Sunday, I felt a bit tight. Monday, it was still there, and then I found while I was at work, I was coughing a bit and feeling a pain there. So I started to think, maybe it's not just like a torn muscle or something. Maybe it's hernia or some shit. Anyway, pushed through. The pain wasn't all that bad. Went to training on Thursday night. So I walked in, still felt a bit tight, and I thought, only mild pain, I'll just push through, should be sweet. Worst case scenario, I'll pop some Nurofen.
Just roll it out, get on the roller.
Yeah. So went into training, starting to warm up, and we started doing forward rolls as a warm up. So I did my first forward roll and I had to step to the side because something wasn't there, right? So I just said to my coach, hey, I'm just gonna check what this is for a sec. Stepped to the side, checked it out. Yeah, I didn't feel anything abnormal, and just said, hey, look, there's a bit of pain there. I'm just gonna, I'll keep going, see how I go. But if I've got to, depending on what we're doing tonight, I'll just, may have to sit out of a few things and I'll just watch. So the first thing we're doing is rear naked chokes. The Yeah. So we're doing it on the ground. So one person sitting in front, the other one trying to do a rear naked choke, and person in front had to try and defend as best they could, right? So I went first at the back to get the choke, and we were just first time we'd done it, so we're mucking around with it, having a bit of fun. Didn't have any issues, right? Managed to.
But for everyone watching, that's someone's whole body weight on his stomach as well. If he's the one doing the choke, you'd have do it on your fucking stomach.
Well, no. So we were sitting down. We did it from a sitting position to start with, just to.
Oh yeah.
Because this is early on. This is like 15 minutes into the session, right? So yeah, we're sitting down.
Belly to back. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was all good. And I suppose thinking back, that was because, the way he had us set up to do it was to try and get the choke in. We weren't rolling around at that stage. That was going to come later in the session. It was just to try and get the idea of getting a choke in. We hadn't even got to defending against that yet. So it was just defend as best you could. So anyway, I went for my 2 minutes and then we swapped over. And the guy I was training with is an awesome dude. And he started going. We were probably going for about 30 seconds or so. And he was trying to get his arm underneath my chin to get around my neck. And to do that, he has, in layman's terms, he's spread me out, right? So he has got his legs in a position and then pull back and spread me out. And that was it. So I just felt a really sharp shooting pain go through and then up and knock the wind out of me. And as soon as I made a noise, he said, and as soon as I made that noise, he let go. He thought, yeah, something's fucking wrong. So he, like, the guy I was training with as well knew, that I was a bit tender. Anyway, for the next 2 minutes, I just laid on the ground, like, trying to get my breath because it knocked the wind out of me.
So you just felt like it was winded, yeah?
Oh, dude, the pain was that bad. It, knocked the wind out of me. So I was just laying on the ground trying to get my breath. It was fucked.
Now look, when you say he spread you, obviously that's he has you in the choke. But also, there's two ways you could do that, right? Did he have his leg crossed, or did he put his hooks in?
So he had
both your legs.
So the way we were sitting was we had to have our legs in a V-type shape, right?
Yep.
And he had his legs inside, yeah. So inside, not crossing them over, because one of the things that we were, one of the things that we were shown was you cross your feet over in front, right? They can lock that in and essentially break the ankles. So he hooked his under basically around my knees. Yeah, and he spread, but at the same time pushed his pelvis forward and pull back. Yeah, so which that's the idea of the technique. So
did you think that maybe that although you already had the pain before it, so you already knew?
Yeah, it was the stretching, right? So, and he didn't do it that hard. This is the thing. He barely moved me, and it happened. That's what I mean. Like 30 seconds in, he was trying to get under. Yeah. So, I was laying on the ground for a couple of minutes, and I thought, this isn't good. Like this is something going on.
Everyone around you like, holy shit.
Well, my coach came over and thought I'd been choked out.
Okay.
He came over. He came over and he wasn't getting stuck into the fellow I was training with, but he was like, I said not to choke him, and he went, I didn't even have my arm in. And when I got my breath back and started talking, I said, no, he didn't choke me out. I just said, like, it's the guts. So, but because I was like struggling to breathe, man, like when I say knock the fucking wind out of me, it knocked the wind out of me. Anyway.
Scary when you can't get your breath, eh?
Yeah, and not only that, but the pain was there then. It was fucking. So my first thought was I've just torn one of my abs, off where it's supposed to be joined to or something like that. That's That was my first thoughts. Anyway, a couple of the boys took me up to the hospital. They said, well, yeah, go to the hospital, get it checked out. And I thought, yeah, well, this is either a hernia or like severe muscle tear or something. So I got into the hospital. It was pretty quick. And the whole thing was really quick. I walked in, said, you know, I've got pain here. They took me into triage, and I couldn't. Once I was on my feet, it got to the point where I couldn't sit down. Like I just couldn't get in a position where I didn't get that jabbing pain again. So I went and stood in the waiting room, and the doctor came out, said, "Come on in." In I go, and he said, "So what's happening?" Anyway, I told him what was going on, and he started asking me, you know, have you had any fevers? Have you had, you know, has there been anything other than? And I'm thinking, mate, why are you asking me this? Like it's fucking hernia or a muscle tear, you know? Anyway, he said, lay on the bed for me. So yeah, he was asking me a lot of questions that I sort of, and I'm no fucking doctor, but I didn't think would relate to, you know, hernia or a muscle tear.
Yeah, yeah, you had your ideas of what it could have been.
Yeah. Well, you know, go in.
Everyone does. Everyone self-diagnoses on the way to hospital. Eh? That's probably this, eh?
Yeah, and I knew like your appendix on the other side to where this was, so I was like, "Oh, it's not fucking appendix." So anyway, he said, "Lay down on the bed," and I couldn't. I went to lay down, and every way I twisted, like I physically couldn't get down. Anyway, he stood and he had a poke around the region and all around it and all that sort of stuff. And, you know, asking me if I had, yeah, he was, but at that time it was still that tender. Like anything he touched just hurt. So he was trying, he was going around my back as well. And he's like, you know, no pain here. I'm like, no, mate. Anyway, I thought he was going to say, righto, well, you know, go home. I'll get in contact with your doctor, or I'll book you in for, you know, scans for a hernia or something like that. Anyway, he said, mate, you're actually, you're pretty crook. You're actually a lot sicker than you probably think. And I'm like, what are you talking about, mate? Like, and he said, when he first said it, like I had to go and Google what the fuck it was, right? He said, mate, I think you've got diverticulitis. Like, what's that? He goes, you're going to be here for a few days. I'm like, fuck off. You know, like, you know, it started off just being, just being a bit.
And you're already waiting there as well.
Yeah.
So you're like, fucking, let's just get this. Give me pills. Let's go home. And then you're like, nah.
Well, see, the other thing was,
did you get pushed up the top because of your stomach?
Yeah. So
good.
Yeah. So the thing that annoyed me, or not annoyed me, but we had planned our baby shower and gender reveal for the baby on the Saturday, right? So when he said you're going to be in here for a few days or 4 days, I thought, oh fuck.
And what day was this on?
This was the Thursday night.
Okay,
yeah. So
you got 2 days to
try and get good
before this party.
Yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm already into shit. What am I, you know? Now I got to ring Ren. He's like, get up and come with me. I'm like, oh, okay. Anyway, took me out the back, put me in a room on my own in the emergency ward. And within a matter of minutes, man, I had morphine injection and I had a cannula in my arm and there was antibiotics getting pumped into me. And I was still sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? So that's when I've picked up my phone and looked it up. And it sort of clicked after reading a bit about it. And I was able to ask him and the nurse some questions later on. But it clicked that it was at that stage where he was concerned that it had gone septic. So, layman's terms again, if anyone that's not aware, diverticulitis is like when you get a blockage in the bowel and then it becomes infected. And if it remains infected long enough, it'll become septic. So he was concerned that with the amount of pain that I was in, that it had actually gone septic and I was fucking in trouble. So, had morphine and I had antibiotics and fluids. And from that moment, I was clear liquid diet, so water, apple juice, and all I could eat was jelly, like one fucking little. So I hadn't had dinner or anything. I was starving, man. For the whole time I was in hospital, I was starving. So then from there, I got thrown down into ward. Pardon me, and spent the next few days or the next couple of nights in hospital. On a drip the entire time. So every few hours I had new antibiotics.
Liquid diet completely? Drip?
I was on a drip pretty much, man, the entire time.
Were they planning to keep you kind of fasting in case they had to do any surgery or anything like that? Or
I think the idea was to try and clear, give the bowels a chance to clear the infection and all that sort of stuff. And that first night, that Thursday night, I probably had maybe half an hour. Like it seemed like every 10 minutes, there was a nurse coming in, changing the bag over, and they were pumping the shit into me. Yeah, they were pumping it into me. The morphine. But
it's horrible when you got all wires sticking out of you and you can't move and you're just hungry. And
this is the first time in my whole 33 years that I've had to stay a night in hospital, ever. Right?
Shit.
So
and then it's not expected at all. Usually you get a bit of a day. Yeah.
Yeah, normally you might go, oh fuck, I'll probably end up in hospital maybe.
You went through emergency room. Yeah.
I went straight from emergency down to the wards, and that's where I stayed. So I woke up the next, or when I say I woke up, I didn't really sleep, but the next morning, which was the Friday morning, I got up and I was busting for a piss. So I was able to walk around with me little trolley, my stand that I've got all my shit hanging on. Went to the toilet, and while I was in there, I was having a poke around myself. And
sure you were. It's a couple of days.
Just poking around down the bottom. But
it can't hurt. Yeah.
I was feeling around my guts, and that was when I went, holy fuck! Like, I didn't realize there was so much swelling that had gone down. And I didn't even realize it was there. I was just like, it's, a bit of swelling just from being a bit tight or something like that. But the amount that it had gone down, like,
relief.
Yeah, and that was another sort of holy fuck moment. Like, oh yeah, shit, maybe he wasn't wrong. And not that I doubted him anyway. But then I was thinking back, and I went, well, yeah. Throughout that week, I woke up with sweats and shit like that, but didn't think too much of it, because I didn't feel feverish and didn't feel sick.
You thought it was like a workout type of injury, strain, pull.
I didn't associate, that gut or that pain in the guts with, a fever or being crook or shit like that. So
yeah, it was a strain from
shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Bar workouts.
Yeah, so
that's shit.
Well, literally. Yeah.
So you're in the ward. You're in the ward now.
I'm in the ward, right? And so I went and had a CT scan. Went and had a CT scan on the Friday. Spent another night in hospital on the Friday night. And
close.
Yeah, so I had bloods taken as well. And on the Friday, the doctor came in. He said, "Look, your bloods don't look too bad, or not as bad as what I thought they might have." So I sort of went, oh, that's good. Maybe, it wasn't quite near going septic, or if it was septic, things would have moved.
But it could have been there if left on. If you didn't go to jiu-jitsu, you might have left it a bit longer, dude.
I would have done. I can guarantee you. Yeah, I would have probably gone until it got really bad, to the point where I was like, yeah, I'm fucking crook. So, I fucking hate going to the doctors. And I only go to the hospital if I absolutely have to. But yeah, this was circumstance here where I was probably lucky that I did go and it did happen. Because if I had have had an uneventful night there at training, gone home and once, would have been worse.
Sleep it through and
maybe
until I was Panadol and
That's it. Yeah.
Shout out to the doctor, dude, for fucking saying, you know what?
Yeah.
I think it's something different. Let's fucking not fuck around here. Let's get it done.
Well,
and here, It's Friday night. What day did you get out?
So I got out late Saturday morning, right? So he did, by the time I had the CT scan, I'd had nearly, it would have been close to 15 hours worth of antibiotics, and they were pumping it in. So had the CT scan Saturday morning. CT scan came back, and they called the doctor, and he'd come in, and he said, "Look, CT's looking good." He said, "You know, the bloods were showing that there was something there. However, with the antibiotics, it looks like we're well and truly on top of it." So by this stage, we made the decision on the Saturday morning to cancel the baby shower and gender reveal and all sort of stuff. So, we called that off, and I went, I can chill out a little bit now. So I don't have to leave here and go straight to something. But I didn't get out until about 11:30 or something. By the time they discharged me, did all that process, and I got my brother to pick me up, and he dropped me home.
Yeah.
So then, and this is the worst thing, like it was good because we're trying to sell a place at the moment. So Rin had said to my brothers and a few of her family members, "Can you just come around?" Like Lockie was going to try and get all this done over the weekend. He's been in hospital, or he is in hospital at that time that she sent the message. "Can you come around and just give us a hand to knock these over so that he can rest?" So when I got home, I was home for about 20 minutes, and then all these people rock up to help out, right? And I'd had bugger all sleep the whole time while I was in hospital. We ended up doing the gender reveal side of it, just with all the family there. They were all around, and Bryn's mum, who had organised it all, said, while your brothers and your mum and dad are here, do you want to, do this? And I thought, not really, because I'm fucking tired. And I thought, well, we're not really going to get another chance, to do it.
How are you feeling on that day, like when you're recovered?
I was
is your
flogged.
gut still sore? Like what?
They were. Yeah. And the other thing was, the first solid food that I had was when I got home. So I hadn't eaten a solid meal or anything solid until I got home, and had like a leftover bowl of like butter chicken that Rin had cooked up the night before. A small bowl. Tasted amazing. Holy fuck, man. So I had that, and within a few minutes it was coming out. Because that was this was the worst thing too. Like, I'm on jelly cups in the ward. The Friday night
there's worse things than being on jelly cup.
Man, no, this was shit house because I had one jelly cup a night. Friday night, I'm starving. I haven't had like a solid meal since lunchtime on the Thursday, and I'm laying in bed watching, shitty fucking hospital TV, whatever's on, and every single fucking ad was like KFC or, fucking Outback Jacks, all that sort of shit. Fuck it, yeah. It just made me hungry.
Hunger's the best sauce, they say, isn't it? It's like everything's like,
yeah.
oh.
So yeah, I'd had me jelly cup that night, so I couldn't even have another jelly cup. But so once I hope
you did celebrate. I hope you did celebrate getting better or if you are better now, with something.
I haven't yet.
Something a bit naughty. Oh, okay.
Nah, I haven't yet. No, so so my guts were just still sore, nowhere near as sore and painful. I don't think I had morphine at all on the Friday. If I did, it was early Friday morning, because they were like, I think, I can't even remember what it was that my last bit of morphine, but towards the late morning and the afternoon, I hadn't had any, but it was still tender. I could still feel it there, but it was nowhere near as much pressure either. Like I was saying, like the gut had gone down, and
that's good. It's a bit of relief there.
Fuck yeah, yep. So yeah, on the Saturday when everyone was here, Like I was sore, but just lethargic and tired as well because I had no sleep in the hospital. Hadn't had, a big meal, so I had no energy and just faded so
Antibiotics,
fast.
everything.
Yeah,
Fucks
man.
you.
Yeah, and just faded so fast. Like I think by 1 o'clock, I was cactus. I was done. So, well, we got a video of the baby
I
shower and all
saw.
that. Yeah, we'll put it up now. But
Okay, so are we going to be like
I don't
for the
know.
reveal? Will the video let the video be the reveal? Though
Let
we
the
haven't said
video
it
be
yet.
the reveal. You might not see it in the video, but there's a few photos, and I'm just standing there like I just look like the most uninterested person, and it wasn't that I wasn't uninterested. I was fucked. I was absolutely fucked.
He nearly died. Everybody, all
No,
right?
I didn't nearly die.
You can here. It's fucking. It's not. Not fucking play school. Like,
if it goes untreated, yeah, it can. Like I said, it can go septic. Like it can get bad. And
well,
I
when
didn't
you
know.
said that to me, yeah, I had only heard of Brock Lesnar because Brock Lesnar had diverticulitis and he kind of just trained through it. And then he had a fight with Alistair Overeem. If you ever have a look at Alistair Overeem versus Brock Lesnar, it ends with Overeem kicking him in the stomach. And then he walks back and he has to just be like, nah. And he kind of basically collapses. And they go to hospital and they find out he's got untreated diverticulitis.
Yep.
There's lots of things that can cause it, but apparently for Lesnar, he was like on an all meat diet and was just like, and obviously maybe on some
steroids as well.
He had a little bit of happy sauce and a little help, but that's when I'd heard about it. So I was like, oh shit, well, it fucking took out, Brock Lesnar and it fucked him for a while. He had to, for a long time. So
I can believe it too, man. Like, and I'm not sore now. I can still.
Yeah, what's the future? How do you have you got a timeline for recovery or?
So I've got the week. I've just got to rest, let the guts settle. So once you've got it, apparently you can get it again quite easily. And this is the thing. I was looking through the causes, spoke to the doctor about the causes, and there's like a list of things. A huge amount of things. So I smoked for fucking 16 years, right? Never got it. And one of the highest demographics of people that get it are smokers. So, and I don't know what has kicked it off. However, there was a few things that I did pick up that they were talking to me about. So, diet, obviously.
Don't smoke, kids.
Fiber diet. Yeah, don't smoke. It's not worth it.
I smoked for fucking ages too. But yeah, what other stuff? What else was there? Was there any other things that you think could have contributed to it?
Well, the few things that I did pick up on that I've sort of changed instantly was like a high fiber diet or more fiber in your diet. So one thing that I've picked up that I don't do real well is, and it's just from shift work. If I'm at home on a weekend, wake up normal time, I'll have breakfast. But if I'm starting at like 2 o'clock in the morning, I won't necessarily take something for breakfast, right? So I won't eat at that time because I'm just not ready to. So I've sort of changed that and eating at least something to kick off, kick the process, kickstart your day sort of thing, and more fluids. So I thought I was all right drinking water and all that, but you have your days where you don't drink anywhere near as much as what you're supposed to. So I've actively started pumping water into me as well as trying to build that fiber, because there were a couple of things that I went, do that a lot better, and that could mean the difference between getting it again or not. So,
but you're learning from this. That's
yeah.
good.
Oh fuck yeah, man! I don't
So
ever.
are we all. So am I. I'm getting some fiber up in me.
Yeah.
Metamucil.
But there's so many things. So many things that can kick off. And things that you might not think would do it. Because I asked if it was hereditary. Mum told me after I rang them and said, hey, look, we might be having to can this because I'm in hospital. She went, oh yeah, your auntie gets that all the time. I'm like, like this is the first time I've ever heard the fucking term. What are you talking about? And she's like,
Yeah, it's the old family diverticulitis.
Yeah. But she was saying, from what my auntie was told, that when you get it, wherever the infection is, it creates scar tissue, and that creates another point where a blockage can occur. So, food or something will get caught on the scar tissue, and next minute you've got it again. So,
Can we not send down like a little boring mite or something like that and go carve it out again?
I'll just get worms.
Probably not right.
I'll just get worms.
Imagine me, the project manager of trying to fix Vinno's guts. All right, everybody.
We've got to get past the alcohol.
What have you got for me? Yeah.
They'd feed in through the nose for sure.
Scar tissue that you wish you saw. But everybody, we're learning now. We're learning right now. And Vinno got diverticulitis. A little bit of he shed some light on it there, and hopefully now you can live reticulitis.
But anyway.
Yes.
While I was in hospital, we were talking. I was shooting a few messages off and you're going to talk us through the whole when it started going into labour.
Wait. But before that, have they seen the video already for your gender reveal now?
Yeah, we've put it up.
When? Okay, cool. Well, we
can put it up again.
Fucking Vinno. And a little boy, brother,
Yeah.
another little son. That's beautiful.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
And Taryn as well. And oh man, that's incredible.
It is. Yeah, we're excited. We are excited. It's
And the two granddaddies shooting the blue.
Man,
they did it.
That was so fucking.
It went off.
But if you saw the video of the race,
I
They
did,
were
but I
supposed to
did
do-
from hospital, so I had it with the sound off and yourself. Yeah, because
So
I was in hospital too when I was looking at it all.
yeah, you would have been. Yeah, because
But
it was only that
but
morning.
we'll get to that.
So the idea of the
But,
race was that there was supposed to
Are
be.
we putting the race in here?
I'll put
Put
it.
the race in. Put the race in now.
These are all the same team. I forget this. Do I go here?
Well, he's on a motorbike.
Welcome back, everybody. That was the race. So explain what we saw there. Vinno.
Right, the race. The idea of the race was that. So that was my my brothers, one of my two of my brother's girlfriends, and then Rin's sisters, or one of them. Because I can't even remember the video myself at the moment.
I remember the sneaky. I remember your
so
brothers trying to
there's-
take each other out at the start.
Yeah, man.
Sneaky
So there's
little
Reese and
tackle,
Jesse
yeah.
wrestling at the start. There's Jesse's girlfriend Alison. There's Rin's sister Haley, and there's Haley's boyfriend Nick. They're all in the race. And the idea was that boy and a girl were supposed to
Look
cross the
fucking
line
cool.
first, right, or cross the line at the same time. We weren't supposed to know who was going to cross the line. They were going to cross the line at the same time. Jesse fucked that up, as you just saw in the video, right?
Yeah, he started it off.
Yeah, cheating dog, right? And then, the two grandfathers were
to win it.
supposed to fire him at the same time. Extremely late with the firing of the shots, which is a nice change to them probably being premature. But they were supposed to cross the line.
Shots fired,
and-
ironically.
Yeah, and shots was fired and all that.
Or unironically.
So it was like a last minute thing. So I can understand it being, but it didn't take away. It was good fun.
It was good that they moved that a whole day.
Yeah, man.
Was it a day or two? Yeah.
No, it was that
the next
morning.
day.
That morning.
Oh yeah.
So Saturday morning we called it off because at that stage
Yeah.
I wasn't going to find out until the Sunday about what was going to happen with me. So we called it Saturday morning, and it was while everyone was there that they went. Or look, my mother-in-law said, "I've got the stuff in the car. Do we just want to do it now?" And that's when we went. Yeah, okay. Like we're not going to get much of another chance to do it with Christmas and all that coming up. So, yeah. So it was very impromptu.
Look, it looked like a lot of fun, man. The whole family was
good.
there, and
Yeah.
I know obviously you weren't having fun because you're fucking,
I was
recovering,
enjoying
but
it, yeah.
must have been nice. Must have been nice to have everyone there. And
Yeah, it was.
a little boy.
Another one. So we haven't got a name or anything yet.
Ads.
Yeah.
3 boys. Rin's getting mad outnumbered now.
surrounded by dicks. Now you turned it around, right? Because I was trying to get onto
Hold
you.
on.
Right,
Now,
all right. He's going to do it
Before
again.
we do that though,
He's
do
doing
we
it
not
again.
have to? Are we waiting for an hour mark to do?
No, we're not. So we've
do an ad?
decided.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
decided now, instead of doing a piss break, we've got. We did it early on with another show with the Fireside Yarns, but we're back to. We've got a good reason to do it. An ad break. So enjoy this ad on us.
Do you have a leak? Maybe need a new install or got a nasty blockage? Then you need Prestige Plumbing and Gas. Whether it's in or outside your home or business, Prestige Plumbing and Gas have you sorted. With the wealth of knowledge and professionalism that you deserve, Prestige Plumbing and Gas will have the job done right the first time. Guaranteed. You don't want to let yourself get caught out by dodgy workmanship. You want honest, reliable, and quality tradesmen to put your mind at ease. So make Prestige Plumbing and Gas your first choice. Operating in the Hunter region, Prestige Plumbing and Gas are the right choice for your home or business. Call Sean on 0401 726 336 and make the right choice. Prestige Plumbing and Gas.
And if you don't like that ad, you can get the fuck out, right? Welcome back. Yeah, advertising for a good mate. He's just started his own plumbing business, so get on that, support him. Yeah, he's an awesome bloke.
He's a legend.
Fantastic
He is
tradesman.
honestly, yeah. If you want like an honest dude who you can rely to do anything, it's fucking Hicks. He is like messing around. Nice dude.
Loves his trade. Just an all-round
Yeah.
good fucking dude.
A good looking fella. Always been a good looking athletic man. No, even in high school, it's just that. We grew up with him. We know him. He's good.
Yeah.
Sort him out, and he's Aussie business.
Mm.
But yeah.
Anyway, back to the news of this week.
So while that was
the
happening,
biggest
Vinno,
news of this week, right?
Well,
And as I was
think
getting
it's all-
to,
it's the
what I was
same.
getting to,
Same,
so
yeah. So
while I was in
continue
hospital,
where you were.
right, we were texting the whole time and we did have we came up with the name of the episode, didn't we? What was it? Bowels and Babies, or
I don't know if we did.
I don't know.
Baby boys and bells, maybe.
Babies and
Letter
yeah.
of the week's B. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
So
You-
Snapchat, we're in the group Snapchat, and I don't know if I went first or you went first, but I sent a picture of me in a hospital. You went, or one of us did.
You
but I
sent
just remember
me-
looking at my phone.
I text you on it was a Thursday morning and said, "How you going?" And or how's it all traveling? And you cheeky bastard.
Oh, because
sent
during the week
photo.
I'd be
Yeah. Sent the photo of you and them in hospital.
But
So that
yeah.
was when
So
we knew it was
everybody, So
Go from the start. Go from when it.
yeah. Let's just start. So originally due on the 24th of October, but she went over, and Maisie was 10 days over, so it was always expected. You know, we got called in when she was about 7 days over, and she ended up getting stretch and sweep. Now, stretch and sweeps, like that's like a procedure used to try and start natural labour and avoid being induced.
Right.
So sometimes I think it's called sweeping or stripping the membranes, and it's offered to women who are close or past their due date. So we did that from 7 days and 3 centimeters. And guess the weird thing, right? She was 3 centimeters dilated. The midwife could actually feel. So little boy's fucking hand was on his head. The midwife fucking felt his fingers, dude. How mad is that?
Fucking hell.
How fucking
Fuck, mate.
just like so. But anyway, look.
So what? Hang on. What day was that? Because that was a.
That was 7
Babe.
days overdue. I think that was the Wednesday.
Right.
No. That was Monday. Right.
And
that
she
happened,
felt.
right? So,
And she felt that nearly a week.
yeah, but again, they try and what they did was they we went home and we came back in when it was 10 days overdue. Got called in and we were given a 3-day induction. They're also given a CT scan, which is like a bloody checks your heart rate and then checking our fluid levels.
Mm-hmm.
And everything was perfect. And you know, it's triage, so obviously everything's going fine. You can still a chance you can go over. And you can go over a couple of weeks or more, you know. So they were sent home, and hopefully that we go into labour naturally and leave induction if needed for a later date in the week. They sent us home, and we ended up getting around 9 p.m ish. And we've been at the hospital all day, get dinner on, and then half an hour later, water's broken. And then so we called the hospital, like, water's broken, and they're like, look, come back in for the checkup. So we're like,
We've just gotten home.
and we got to get Maisie over to me parents, and shout out to me fucking parents. Maisie, they were like, it was really helpful. Just for everybody, trigger warning. Because I guess basically start with trigger warning. This is like a House of the Dragons shit. I'm gonna talk about labour. I'll be talking about childbirth and the painful process of it, and I'll be
if you
explaining it as a man.
if you can't handle
which is
hearing
gonna be
that,
pretty painful.
if you can't handle hearing about a natural process, then just get the fuck out.
No, but some women, listening might be like, I don't want to fucking hear about what's going to happen, you know, but I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to do it as a man, which will be horrible, binge-worthy. But listen to me, all right?
And we'll butcher it, but
Oh, yeah, I'll get names wrong. I'll say we got a DAVE scan, and but look,
DAVE scan.
that's how we got in this mess to begin with.
No, that was a DAVE
More than 3
probe.
centimeters dilated during that, let me tell you. But, this is disgraceful. But anyway, look. All right, we got in. Look, so we got in, and they gave another CTE scanner, right? And they just needed to confirm, yeah, waters are broken. Then they sent us home again, and to get ready to be inducted the next day, induced. And they try not to let it go 24 hours after your water's been broken, induce you, because they want natural. Hopefully, contractions will come. They'll avoid having to. But so we get home, get our stuff ready, get a little bit of sleep, show up to the hospital next day, all ready for 4 p.m. and I'm still not going. Hasn't started naturally, no contractions. So they got started on the process. This particular method, synthetic oxytocin drip.
Yeah, right.
Some methods include balloons, where they blow them up and so. I don't know. We you know what I mean? We were like, we'll take the drip, thanks.
Shout out to women for going through this shit,
Dude.
man. Fuck.
Well, I am. Yeah, dude. Like, you just every time, like, I'm fucking just overcome with just like uselessness in myself. You know, I'm like, how am I like looking at women?
We get the better
Yeah.
end of the stick, don't we? Like,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well,
in
we're
both
the
cases,
stick.
we are the stick, but we get the better end of it as well.
Yeah. But anyway, look, yeah. So they're putting her on this dripper, right, to start the induction process, and it took them 4 goes to get the cannula in her hands. So poor Em ended up with both of her hands destroyed before they even contractions started and all. So it hurt her to even make a fist. So which ended up helping me because she couldn't really squeeze my hand. But like it was just,
or punch you.
and
but
you know,
fuck it.
you had a cannula put in. I'm sure when you for the diverticulitis, like
Mine,
it's just a fucking horrible thing.
mine was sweet. I have had an occasion where I had to have a
Slowly
cannula.
drain or-
Well, no, and a cannula put in, and they fucking missed the vein 4 times. It's fucking it's a nightmare.
You can't. Yeah. And she
So,
bruised
but to
shit,
do
like,
that
fed up
and
biggest
then
bruise.
give childbirth as well, like torture the poor girl. Shit.
Yes, but so we're there right to like 10 p.m. now at night. So it's November 4th, and we're 11 days overdue. Fractions are starting, and so that oxytocin drip, the midwives call it jungle juice. That's mad, in Here we go.
Not-
We're gonna get you on the jungle juice.
Different
Oh,
to
it was so funny.
Jers jungle juice.
Yeah, and they build it up so that we start you off on level 2, and then like level 4, level 8, and they like gradually build up the dosage, and they kept coming stronger and stronger. But here's another thing now: the machine that they use to monitor the uterus tightening that picks up contractions wasn't picking them up. It wasn't positioned right, or something wasn't wrong. So they ended up overshooting how much of the drip she needed.
Shit.
So it was really extreme, and yeah, and then here's another thing: our contractions were real extreme, but then came the epidural. So which, the problem was, and it's the same with Maisie, it ended up only working on her right leg, and however epidurals work, and some people's vein and everyone's different, it can end up only affecting certain areas and not getting to where you need it. So fucking only
And
really
for anyone
numbed her
anyone
right
that doesn't know,
leg. Yeah.
babies don't come out of the right fucking leg, so it's just useless.
Yeah. Although happy because she ended up having to get more needles. Eggs probably helped her there, but
Yeah.
she ended up doing the whole labor without pain relief in the areas you want. Yeah. And like, so the contractions are starting, man. All right.
But at the same time,
Yeah.
going through the pain of an epidural too, because that's
Well,
not
that's-
a fucking
well,
small
that's what
needle.
She said. She said if she had to do it again, because this is the second time now the epidural hasn't worked. They did help a bit with the contraction pains, but it didn't numb the air. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
helped a
she's
little
gone
bit,
through
yeah.
that process for no gain where it needs
It's
to happen.
like you said, the process itself, if anyone has gone, like, it's just an annoying, horrible process, and it's there, and it's in you the whole time, and you have, but yeah, the contractions are starting, and you have to start pushing and using the. If you ever there, and if you ever with someone giving birth, they have to like use the contractions to push out. What's crazy is the midwives were there talking her of the direction she needed to push, and now Em was able to like focus or like our push to like an area, and you could just see it in real time. It was
Fake.
fucking crazy.
Fake left, swing right. Fake left,
It
push
was.
right.
They were like a little bit to the left. They literally said that.
They're
And I'm
like-
looking down, and I'm like seeing that. And I'm like,
Like some old trainer in the corner. You need to swing
She's
to
a
the
li-
right, Rocky.
it was. It was like The Exorcist. There was a young priest and an old priest. There was an. No, but it was. There was a young, lovely girl who was there, real helpful, and she was learning. Then you had this fucking lady who was like, she would have only been like 4 foot, 5 or something like that, and she had short red hair, and she'd been around the block. You know what I
a
mean? Like,
war horse. Yeah.
oh, dude, she came in and she was like fucking. She was the one who knew the machine was off because she was feeling my wife's belly, feeling Em's belly. When Em was having her contraction, she was like, "Oh yeah," she was tracking it with her fucking hand. And then she went over and fixed basically this machine or whatever, just the stuff.
How
Yeah,
good
man, it was
is
just
how good
crazy.
is that as a professional though too? To
Oi,
be able to
Angels.
walk in and just go,
Angels, dude.
yeah, this
Yeah.
isn't right, you know.
yeah. Well, that's what they're relying on, that fucking wealth and knowledge, and
They don't
and
get
when you're
paid
having a
enough.
yeah. Oh, I hope they get paid an amazing amount, and that they need to be obviously revered in our society, because you know what they're like coaches getting you through it, and like so Em's like, and I'm with her beside her, and I've got my hand. She's getting out of every contraction. She's getting like 3 or 4 big pushes, and her head looked like a fella fucking pulling a 500 kilo deadlift. She looked like fucking Eddie Hall or Thor Bjornsson pulling up. She's like, dude, what a fucking machine. You know, the ladies. Probably been through it with Rain, and
Just
it's the
truthers,
second time
man.
I've been it with it.
Just
I can't believe it.
truthers.
Like,
Anyway,
big. And then, yeah, but wait.
keep going.
And the baby
Yeah.
crowned, dude. Baby crowned, which is referred to as said they call it the ring of fire. Yeah, and then you have to do like little pushes to kind of get it past.
Yep.
And she ended up pushing for an hour and got the little fella. But wait,
man.
before we get to the little fella, during
There's
this,
more.
she reopened an osteotomy scar, which was like a cut for when you have a forceps birth. She had with
Yeah,
Maisie
yeah.
the first time.
Okay.
They cut you to the side so that you don't put down. Tear down. But, and she also had a 2nd-degree tear in her perineum. Look, dude, she lost nearly a litre of blood. Dude. But anyway, yeah, at 4:32 a.m. on the 5th of November, which is Guy Fawkes Day or some shit, isn't it? Like, remember the 5th of November, V for Vendetta. It's literally that day.
Yeah.
I'll never forget it. Saturday morning, little Michael was born.
Hey, little guy.
Fuck yeah,
Fucking-
man.
Yeah, mate.
Now,
Yeah, and it was, yeah.
say his full name because there's something special about his middle name, isn't there?
Well, yes. Well, that's right. Well, both names really. So Michael, obviously after my grandfather and my uncle, were just two. They were just too incredible. You know, I haven't obviously. Granddad's dead. I haven't seen.
Mhm.
Just lovely man. Oh, man, and a good family name. It's also in M's.
Right.
But his middle name is Thomas after my dad, and it's actually my middle name as well.
There you go.
So he's got like a very important, or a very nice family name. We went pretty traditional, I guess, in that way.
See, I picked the Thomas straight away. I didn't know about the Michael
It's-
part, but that's fucking
But
cool,
we were
man.
throwing it up. It was hard naming a fucking boy, and you're gonna go through the same shit. Well, like how do you do it? And you obviously named your boy after.
Yeah, Oliver. Yeah, and then Oliver, his middle name James is after from Rinside.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think it's special doing that. There's so many.
It is nice. Yeah.
There's so many
Because,
weird names getting around. I just, in my opinion, you just can't beat. And it's
Well, they're
probably me
old,
just being
old
an
names
ulcer.
that you don't see a lot anymore.
That's right, yeah.
And I think the beauty of those names are they've got lots of different nicknames and ways. You can go Mickey, Mikey, you know, like Mick, Michael, Mike. You know, you can go so many different ways.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's a beautiful name, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is
beautiful
nice.
name.
Thank you, mate.
And he looks.
But
He as soon as I saw that
Good-looking boy.
face and
Yeah.
that photo, I was like, "Fuck, that looks like Dave." Like, even though he's like,
we'll flicker a
just a
couple
small-
of photos of everything in between, just us chatting about it. But yeah, man, he's a chip off the old block. But man, he's a bit overdue. And our whole family, we all had guesses and when he would arrive. And I actually picked the 4th of November, which was the latest of the guesses.
Yep.
I missed by like fucking 4.5 hours.
See, at least
But,
you picked
no, it would have
dates.
been later.
With Oliver, we tried to go time frames, and it fucking blew out. But
Yeah,
Apart from-
it's rough.
apart from that, like, you've been a dad before.
Yep.
You've had amazing. But what was the feeling when he came out and you got to see him for the first time, meet him for the first time. You'd just gone through that
look,
whole ordeal.
you know what they do? They throw you straight on him, and that's when you're kind of in a haze, right? Like they throw. She's got this tiny little thing on him, and we've got videos of her. I don't know. Maybe we'll put a little video in there. I'll have to talk to them, see if she'll allow it in it, because there's a boobies. Maybe we could chuck a little.
We can
fucking
blur them
David
out.
Vinno show icon.
No, premium, prestige plumbing.
Yeah, prestige plumbing. That's a clean pipe, but that's a pipe unblocked. But dude,
Yeah, the feeling.
Look,
The
Em
feeling.
was happier right this time. It was a quicker labour. You know, she was pretty chuffed that she actually got. So there is positives. She was able to push it out by herself without using the forceps. You know, so we had to stay in the hospital 4 days for monitoring, lost some blood. But
Yep.
you know, like I think it was awesome. She's recovering a lot quicker this time as well. She's doing great.
Yep.
End of the day, baby mammy at home, healthy, happy. We're like over the moon, like a crazy den feeling in our house right now. We got a little boy. We've had him like it's like his 4th day now or something.
You got the pigeon pair
like-
too.
Oh, well, I hadn't heard that before until we told people, oh yeah, no, we're having a boy
right.
now. It's like, oh, pigeon pair, and I'm like, fuck, I haven't heard that.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I know, and yeah, little boy, little girl.
How's he doing sleep wise? How's he cruising along?
He's really good. He sleeps. He's actually really, really good. Now he had a
Yeah,
little,
right.
you know yourself. He had a bit of a cry this morning, but got a big fucking burp and a crap out of him. Straight to bed, straight to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's so lovely. We had the midwife come over yesterday just to check his vitals. How's he going? Everything was good. Then they come on Wednesday to do a weight check.
Yep. Fuck yeah.
After the thing. And look, Maisie, dude. So shout out to May. Oh, she's just a great big, super gentle and really interested. And she's honestly, it's hard to feed the baby now or do anything because all she wants to do is do everything.
Be there.
Got like little, and I'll throw up a picture of Maisie holding little Michael, and every day like she runs home from school and it's straight over to Michael, and she brought out a lovely little empathetic side of her.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
So happy, and you're gonna see that with Ollie now, man. Because
Well, that was going to be.
a little sibling.
This is going to be one of my questions. Obviously, Maisie being older, did she understand the concept of what was happening? And yeah, so this
So
is
she'll
with-
be 6. She'll be 6 in December. So she's already been going around
yeah.
telling people like, I have a little brother. I've got a little brother. You know, like, and
good on her.
so she's unreal.
Yeah.
How old's Ollie now?
He's 3, man. So he'll be 4 in June, and that's why I asked the question because we're going through this at the moment where we say to him, there's because obviously Rin's showing, and there's a baby, and then it's your little brother, and he goes, nah, like he thinks they're bullshitting
No,
too.
thanks.
Yeah, he's like, no, it's not. Like there's a
But you have
baby.
to- that's the
You
thing, you
keep
gotta-
saying there's a
you've gotta
baby,
manage,
where
right?
the fuck is it? Yeah. So
Because you got to put lots of effort, like I'm sure you are, into just letting him know he's mad special and your boy, and
yeah. So, but yeah, he's pretty good with kids. Like, whenever he sees a
loves
baby, he goes over and he's nice and gentle. So I don't think we'll have any issues there. But it's just funny to watch, when we're talking about or trying to say, oh, look, there's a baby in mummy's belly. He's like, nah, you're having me
It's
on.
almost not real. He's like, all right, I believe I want to say it.
Yeah,
Like, mate, yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, in there. Yeah.
Whatever, fuck off. I'm going to play with my toys. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Can we have McDonald's tonight?
Yeah. Can I go and watch
But,
tractors on the TV? Like,
He'll love Matt. Here's the beautiful thing, and here's why we were gonna go for 2, because Em hates being pregnant and so do I, but it's always just so worth it when you're a little person. But why it's cool, man, to at least have the 2. Like, everyone's up to themselves, but they'll have that person with them. You know what I mean? That family when we die. It'll give them a little
it's
extra
that
sibling. Like,
extra person to play with. It's I mean, you can't buy, and you will know this with Colin, as I know this with my brother. I've got 3 brothers, but having a sibling there is like having a mate that's just that little bit more, like once you fight when you're younger, but then when you get older and you can, you relate to certain things differently to what other people would, and it's just that sibling bond. You just can't, you can't break that. So it is special. It is special for him. Now, and you can only talk about this if you think Em will be comfortable. But did Em have any issues through the pregnancy that sort of got you guys or made you guys or any different from Maisie, but that you had to be
I don't
extra
think
aware
so.
of?
I don't think so. They have that. We have this thing. Oh, what the fuck? They've got we've got opposite blood types.
Okay.
You have to monitor for that after it. DCE, whatever. We've just got to
The
monitor for that.
DAVE.
DAVGILES assessment. Nah, but like, honestly, dude, like, shout out to Em for letting me even tell her story. I'm just floored by what she did and what all mothers do. Look, I'm just how I don't want to sound too, fluffy or whatever, but I always end up just like with the first one. You're just humbled by their sacrifice to build our family. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, man.
9.5 months and then the labour, and imagine if up to fucking us to do that shit, bro.
Blokes couldn't do it. I still
We
stand
would
by
have
that.
invented something by now, like some sort of microwave where you can just, I'll put a bit of me in it, and you put a bit of you in it, and we'll
here's
set it for
an-
9 months.
Here's
Have a
an
look at
instant
it.
child. Here's some mac and cheese and a bit of fucking sauce on top.
I've got the karate update. He's gonna be a little legend. He is. Yeah.
Just do
But,
the Matrix.
Yeah. Yeah, so fucking man, all I'm focused on now is just I try to do it, and you know yourself after you just try and do what you can. You try to take over everything and get her as much rest as possible, and to the point where I'm annoying her a little. Like she wants trying to do stuff and all, and I'm getting in her way, and I'm like, I've got a baby, no, let me do that. And I'll be there trying to throw rose petals on her as she's walking. Because
that's the thing,
Thank you so much.
They're so independent too. Women, like they'll have a baby and then they'll still come out and fucking won't let you do a damn thing majority of the time. Like it's just.
But yeah, that's she's just because as well. Like she's got this part. Some things she has to fucking relax with. Some things she has to move around. Yeah, it's just surreal. Look, there, what legends, man! What legends! And but here, like some women, we're very lucky as well. So for all the stuff I'm talking about, there, we're always very cognizant of the fact that there's women that have it so hard, not just during labour and worse. Well, you know what I mean. Everyone has their own experience, and it's surreal. And
we'll see
even the whole pregnancy, like like with Rin,
Well, Rin hates being pregnant, and it's so with Ollie. She had gestational diabetes, where she was able to manage it with diet. This time around, it's worse. So she's on insulin, and it's been getting worse and worse. So she's needing to take, as each week progresses, she needs to take more insulin and. Pardon me, like higher doses more often.
every day,
every day, man, every day.
How many shots?
Testing
Just
for.
keeps getting more.
Yeah, it has gone up. So to start with, she didn't need insulin, just testing, and then it went to nighttime insulin, and now it's before meals. So she's at
Shout
the
out
point
to
now.
Rin and the mummies, dude.
It's and, like it's hard because, and I say it's hard. It's nowhere near as hard as what she's got to put up with, right? And what she's going through. But she does such a fucking good. But to sort of go, there's not much I can do there in regards to, relieving those few needles and shit like that, because she's just so fed up with jabbing herself, testing. Giving yourself insulin, we can do so much as far as diet wise, but this is the other thing that throws her out. She'll eat something today, and her levels will be fine, and then the next day she'll eat the same thing, and her levels will be out of whack. So trying to track that shit. So she's gotten to the point where she's just like, fuck this. Like, I'm just so far over being pregnant.
It is fuck this. You'd be over it, man. It'd be draining. It'd be depressing. It'd be fucking physically exhausting too.
I would not have the tenacity that she has. I don't even know if that's the right word, but she's so fucking on point with it. She doesn't miss test. I think there's been once that she's missed a test out of the whole time she's been doing it. She's just on the ball all the time. And that is just a sole credit to her because, you know, I look at Oliver and she had gestational diabetes. They explained to us what could happen if she doesn't do the right thing and look after it. And we came out with Oliver, who's, you know, healthy boy.
It's militant.
And this,
like,
man,
they
it's
have
just,
to change in your diet. Like, you think about, there's people that's just their life issue. Like, oh man, I need to change my diet. I have to eat better, and I just can't do it. But she has to do that on top of doing this and on this and on this, and then like that's hard enough for the second time around.
well, she can't have
You know, you gotta
cravings.
jab yourself.
Yeah, you know, when the women have cravings when they're pregnant. She hasn't got that luxury because.
Sorry if I'm doing this all day as well, everyone. I'm fucking
He's been to the
bit of a
gym.
back on me too.
No,
I don't.
he's
I
been
don't want
to
to
the
complain
gym.
about any pain.
He's gone to the gym and he's like, oh fucking.
No, I've honestly, I've got like the sorest back, but I thought, oh,
What have
fuck,
you
I
done?
can't be like, oh, I just have a sore back. I just don't want to be a little bitch about it when we're talking about all these hero women and then
Dave.
you with diverticulitis. I'm
No,
like,
no,
I'm
you're
just
allowed
getting
to.
old. I'm just getting old. I'm just getting old.
You're allowed to have a sore back.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So how long has Rin got now?
Early January, we will be. So,
So she's still got a
if
bit left
not,
to
if
go
not
through.
earlier. So Oliver was 2 weeks early.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. So you have
Yeah.
to be fucking. You ready?
We're ready, yeah. So and hers was natural. So, like we
And you were there for it, and
I was there. So that I'd gotten home for maybe an hour, and then I was just chilling out on the lounge. And then she went to bed. She was waiting for me to get home. Yeah, she went to bed, and 10 minutes after she went to bed, I just heard water on the tiles, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And she
who's
goes,
cleaning that up?
"Yeah, but she was as calm as
Clean
she's
that
like, she's like, we're on here." I'm like, "You're fucking damn right, we're on." Like, I freaked, man. I was like,
Yeah.
nah, because I went to those classes. They said, you know, when the water breaks, what's fucking happening. So, because we had to drive to Maitland, like she was in the car,
Yeah,
I threw her in there, fucking down we went. So, same as you guys. Like when it happened, you ring in the hospital straight away. Like, but the girls are so calm about it. I found like Rin, when we got home, because we had to go down there, then got sent home. They said when she starts getting contractions every 10 minutes or something like that. So many contractions every 10 minutes.
I have to
Come
last 5 minutes. And
Come back down. So when we got home the first time, I went to bed and thought, I'll get a few hours sleep because I'd just knocked off work, night shift. And I woke up and she was in the kitchen cleaning. I'm like, how you going? And she was tracking them. So I walked over and I'm looking at the piece of paper that she's writing on and freaked again, right? Because all I can see is that we're in this scale to exactly what the nurse said. So I just went, get in the fucking car. Get in the car. And she was like, yeah, I'm just going to grab my purse and I'm just going to grab this. I'm like, no, get in the fucking car.
It's just all it is that they're just better than us, right?
Oh, they are, man.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, so
Yeah, for sure.
I just don't like, yeah. I mean, they know their bodies as well. That's the thing. So, and to be able to have that control, like you were saying with them about pushing it different directions and shit, like I can't even,
Well,
fucking stop my bowels from getting infected, let alone I can push a baby out in multiple different directions after having a failed epidural and all that. So, man, that's
Well, they know that you're right. They know their bodies, like, because what happened was even the machine had fucked up and they were timing the contractions by old lady's hand, fucking old lady Yoda's hand. The fucking they talked to her like, she was like, they're getting really really hectic, and she's like, do you feel like you can push? And Em's like, I think I can push. And they just went to town, and I was like, oh fuck. I'm like, can she? It's like we can't push. Leave it
I
be.
feel like you would be a very difficult person in that situation.
I'm so funny.
And
I made
I'm basing this.
I made a House of the Dragon reference. I fucking like. I made a joke and I was cracking them. Don't you worry. Nah, I wasn't.
Even
I
the-
wasn't.
Even the photo that you sent me though, where poor M's in the hospital bed and you're there as happy as, the first thought that went through is, he would be a fucking nightmare in that room.
No, I was. No, I was. But no, but I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what I was good at, and I'm gonna give myself a bit of a rap here if I don't mind myself. But what Em said I was good about me was because Em obviously, if you ever give it, she didn't want to look down there. She was just trying to fucking be in her fucking zone, and she was looking at me, and she was gauging off my face if she was doing it right. So I'd be like, "Oh, you're doing it, like, babe, like, you know," and I was like coming back and giving her that, like, and she's like, "All right, cool." So really, it was, I think, the hero of the whole thing. If not, how about this, right? She gets like the gold medal, but I'll get like, oh wait, how maybe we give the midwife the silver medal. But I think I'm on the podium.
You're
You know
on the
what I mean?
podium.
I think I have.
You're there for
bronze medal.
emotional and comedic support.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm the meme of the guy who's like cracking the champagne at the end.
Yeah.
In 15th place.
Got the PlayStation in the corner.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh man,
did you cut the cord?
I did.
Yeah.
I did cut the cord, and I didn't get to cut the cord the first time.
Didn't you?
No, it was actually pretty hectic the first. Like there
Okay.
was more problems.
That's
So
right.
yeah. But so I was stood away. But that
So that
time,
would have been-
this time was it was such a different experience because it was like she gave birth. Whereas, but last time I wasn't allowed near straight away or anything like that. Whereas we were both there when little Michael got put on her chest. We were there, like, you know, because after that, you're right, the cord gets cut. They take out the fucking
Placenta.
the placenta, you know, and I've got to hear I'm gonna eat it live on Dave and Vinno's show tonight. Some people do that, dude. Do you know that?
I know they do it, and so
They
we
fucking do it.
We went to the
And you know
prenatal
what?
classes.
Do we judge? Do we judge?
I'm gonna judge that, man.
We judge you. Nah, look,
You gotta be so
whatever. Get your
careful
me
with
how
it.
you get your me.
You got to
Yeah,
be
you
so careful with it though, because it's,
Well, that's some people actually make it into they pulverize it into like dust and eat it in capsules and stuff.
I mean, they reckon
stuff.
it's so full of nutrients, but I just can't say.
So is
Is it-
like salad.
so here's a
and,
question.
like
Is that
meat and
borderline-
vegetables.
Is that borderline cannibalism?
I don't know because the baby eats it, doesn't it? Is the baby a cannibal?
The baby doesn't eat it though.
Here, look, in
But
case
I-
you're wondering, Dave and Vinno's show, we ask the real questions out there. We don't.
But would you
Well, yeah,
class that
yeah,
as? Would you class that as cannibalism? A form of it.
I don't think so because I don't think the placenta isn't actually. It's hard because what's connected to what is her, what is part of her, what's just something. It's just like a kidney, right? I don't
Yeah,
know.
but would you eat a
think-
human kidney?
No, but like we
'Cause
do
that's-
have there's sometimes human beings share like bodily fluids. You know what I mean? Is that cannibalism?
Not.
That's how the babies. Like, would you put sperm in a person? Like that cannibalism? Would you put your liver in a man?
As he said, we're asking the fucking. Big questions.
Look, I think it's not because
Oh, it was just
I
one.
don't-
It was something that got brought up.
it might be a
'cause
bit cannibalistic. It might be a bit. You might be onto something.
When we did the prenatal classes, there was a couple in that were talking about eating the placenta, and I was just like, "You fucking what?" Like, and I was thinking about it afterwards and went, "Oh, I wonder if that, where that falls." And because I know animals in the animal kingdom do it. Cows, they
It might
the
be.
placenta
It
is
might
full
be
of
a
nutrients.
left
and-
over. Yeah,
Yeah, well, and
from
so
a primitive ape past.
So I don't know where that fall, but when they asked that question, I remember the midwife was doing the classes, saying, you've got to be so careful and you've got to have it done properly. And these, you can't just fucking whack it on the barbie and serve it to friends and family because it's, it can be
Like a
quite
blowfish.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be quite dangerous.
Well, how would you cook it? What I'd do is I'd dry age it for 30 days. Then I'd sous vide, then dry it for 30. No, wait. I'd cut it in half, right? And I'd dry age one for 30 days, and I'd sous vide the other one, and then give them both flame grill ending. and then I would try just like Wagyu. You know, like did you ever see a Wagyu chef dude like cutting up like an A5 steak and like little bits? I'd do little things of that.
Would
And
you do
I'd
Salt
hook
Bay
in.
to it? Salt Bay?
I would, yeah. Or what would you do? What's the equivalent of salt to a steak?
I don't
What
know.
would be
Do it over
2%?
do it over your shoulder. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe
See,
what's something
I'd
you can
probably
take from a human.
I'd probably
I
smoke
might like
it.
maybe take some of them's hair and burn it into a dust and just fucking.
Yeah, see, I'd whack it on the smoker. I'd fucking 16-hour cook on the smoker.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I wonder. There's probably not a lot of like fat in there and intermuscular. I'd have to check the composition. That's why I'd want to try it 2 ways. Like I said, I'd try.
So
Because,
you want multiple placentas to eat?
Well, I just because heaven forbid I might want to eat a placenta in the future. I'd have a little experiment I did to know. You know what? I'm not going to sous vide that. But take this placenta. I think I might give it a nice dry age, bring it out, sear it, and then maybe put it on indirect heat for a certain amount of time. Does it need? Maybe you want to check seasoning. Like, maybe do you just go with?
Do you give
salt,
it a
hot
rub?
pepper, a bit of garlic powder. You have to get smoky with it.
Well, do you get spicy with it? That's the other thing. You could.
Spice could be a good way of hiding, you know, what might not be grade A beef.
Holy fuck. Anyway, it has been a crazy week. It's
been a great week, and
So-
obviously shit for your stomach, but good news for you too, bro. You got to be happy.
Oh,
with
look,
it.
yeah.
Little boy, great stuff.
it's
Family got
been
together.
one of them roller coaster weeks, and I'm fucking far from dead. So it wasn't all that bad. There's people that are much worse off. So, but yeah, it has been a very interesting week. We originally did have something different planned, but we went, nah, this week's been crazy enough. Let's just fucking.
Yeah, we were
run
supposed
with
to have
it.
another episode in there as well, but obviously, as you know, like Vinno nearly died reticulitis. Nah, he got diverticulitis. I was with Em when she was there, so we pushed it off. We were still doing that one a week. We're still doing that. Check.
So you can have the
3
Halloween
weeks,
one
3
last
episodes.
week.
Halloween.
You
We
get
just leave it
Halloween.
in there a little bit. That was a fun episode, and
Tell you what is annoying me though. These fucking LED lights, man. I've had 2 strips die as I was fucking trying to set up. I'm gonna have to go and get more. Deal one.
you know what? I'm thinking of changing it up because my TV's dead, so I have to figure out what I'm. So I remember it fell down because of the ghosty
right.
stuff.
We showed that, and see, I fucking remembered to put it into. Hey, found the spot.
I didn't say that, but I hope he did. He knows a pro. He knows a pro.
I don't know about pro.
This one might see how we go with this one. 'Cause There's a couple little. We'll probably just pepper them in there, little pictures, and you can put yourself in. You've got some pictures of your hospital.
Nah.
Oh no, Snapchat.
Yeah, no, they were just Snapchats. Like I
That's bollocks. Can you go?
was
in
just
your
talking to
little
people.
coop then?
The last thing I wanted to do was like take photos and go, I'm in hospital. I fucking feel sorry for me.
Yeah,
like
but it
I was
would've been good
embarrassed being in
content.
there.
It's
Like,
good-
how the fuck did I end up in here? Yeah, I know. Look, yeah.
You're
Hard
only
enough-
man to get real
hard
naked
enough
joke. Jokes and erect your belly. No, but it can.
The
reason why I
first
asked you
person
how
ever to get choked to the point where my bowel erupts.
I broke his pupil valve.
I think
I
I'm choking
did-
the wrong spot.
But I was going to ask you because there is ways where you can injure your ribs and your stomach when they do it. Knowing they can bring their leg across your body while they're doing it. Well,
Yeah.
because you got hooked, he got his hooks in,
Yep.
which you can't, stopped you from fucking moving anywhere, and also fucking arced up and spread you out. But he could have also crossed you along the stomach, and I'm wondering. That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
Maybe that could have been something that
No,
you thought
it's-
could have contributed to it.
It
But
was very early stages, man. Like
lucky.
it was if we had been full on rolling, like which we normally do at the end of the session,
Like a
we'll-
Limp Bizkit.
yeah, rolling. Like if it had been at the end of the session and we were proper going at it, I'd sort of go, yeah, maybe I overdid it, and I might not have, gone to hospital once again. But because it was so early on, and I'd felt that pain during the warm up, it was just like, yeah, something's not fucking wrong. And it was the slightest movement too. So, and not when I say slightest movement, just do it from doing jiu-jitsu previous, and then this. I understand that, when you're in a really awkward position, the slightest movement can fucking hurt. That position in particular wasn't one that should have paused.
Like you were saying, it was in the sitting position. Like
We
you
were
were
sitting.
more practicing
We were sitting,
technique than you
and it
were.
was-
You weren't sparring or rolling.
Oh,
properly.
no. No, we were still, learning,
We're putting them in there. Yeah.
getting comfortable with getting that choke in and having somebody slightly resist it too. So, which is, very early stages. So, it had, and like I said, it had been there. Looking back and thinking back, it was like, Sunday when I really noticed it, and that was the early stages of it. Go and get fucking checked out.
I'm guilty of this too. I'll let shit naggle the little things. I'll be like, she'll be right. Rub some dirt on it. Bullshit. Like if he hadn't have got into a bit of trouble there, that might have gone, like he said, gone septic. Then he wouldn't be just having a couple of nights in hospital. Would have been really bad, and lads in particular were shit for this.
We're not as hard as
Everyone
women.
do it.
We're not as hard as
Women
women.
are
Go and get yourself fucking checked out.
Women are the heroes, and of me and the midwives are the heroes of this episode. The damsel in distress, funnily enough, was Vinno.
Where was my hero? Where was he?
I love that. While Em was like, Vinno was like,
David, where are you?
and Rin's just like taking care of him. Rin's like going through like a hard pregnancy and like pregnant and taking care of Vinno.
I did feel sorry for him.
I'm glad you're okay though. I am. I'm glad you're okay because it's very lucky and
It's been a wake up call. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Just take more note about what's going on with my own body. So, but anyway, guys, it's been a big week. Some exciting news. New members of the Giles family. Congratulations again, man. Can't wait to get down there and meet him too, because
and you're gonna very soon be welcoming your own too. So
when the time comes, it will be. So, but at the
baby
moment,
boys and beautiful bells.
boisterous bells.
That's the positive. Yeah, that's the positivity we're taking out here. Better bells.
Anyway, until next week when we catch up with you again, take it easy, look after yourselves, and just be fucking good. Cheers.